The voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. I told you, if you're cold, and today you should be if you're outside. If you're cold, I have a solution for you, a little heat for your holidays. Joyce Plumbing and Heating's Doug McNulty and Adam Doak with us here this morning. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Todd.
It's good to have you with us here today. So, heat for the holidays. What's this all about, Doug?
Basically, Trane is working with us to give away 2 gas furnaces for someone in need. That can be, a relative of yours, it's kind of down on their luck, a veteran, a neighbor. All you need to do is submit a short essay to customer service at joyceplumbing.com. Mm-hmm. Just tell us kind of about their situation, and they'll be entered to win. And we're going to put it all in free of charge on us because we believe in paying it forward, and no one should be without heat for any time, but especially, the holiday season coming up.
A free gas furnace installed from Joyce Plumbing and Heating.
Yes.
All right, we're going to give this contact information again before we're out of here, but Doug, say it again.
Just send a one-page essay or email to customer service at joyceplumbing.com, and that's Joyce, just like, the most common spelling of Joyce. Mm-hmm. We'll review all the entries, and then by the first or second week of December, we're going to announce the winners, and we're going to put in some new furnaces for people.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Boys and girls, there you go. If you have somebody in your family, or if it's you yourself, and the furnace is not working for you anymore, this is the way to get that fixed, and it's free. That's just tremendous. And Trane, you're talking the best name out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's tremendous stuff. Okay, so that being the case, this is your busy time of the year. Every year is your busy time of the year. It doesn't matter. There's not a time that's not a busy time of the year. But right now, when people are turning on those furnaces for the first time after having been off for since... Okay, it's Pennsylvania, so since June, we're running heat until all the way through May. But the furnace has been sitting idle for a while, and they're starting to get it going again. What's it like, the typical day for you guys, Adam? You guys are getting calls all times of the day and night.
Yeah, I think I see Doug more than I see my wife this time of the year.
Oh, that's a poor thing.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's calls every day, but we like to help, So.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are some of the issues that people have with their furnaces besides it ain't throwing heat? It used to be you'd say it's the thermocoupler. As soon as somebody called, it's the thermocoupler.
Right.
Is it still that today?
Yeah, kind of. They have a flame sensor in them now in the last burner that just needs cleaned up with a little bit of sandcloth every now and again. Mm-hmm. Just gets that little film on it. So that's usually the most common, other than things getting in your flue pipes and everything else like that.
It sounds really elementary, but if you have a thermostat that has batteries in it, it's amazing how much better the furnace works if you replace those batteries.
Yeah. I looked at the thermostat. Yes, my wife looked at the thermostat yesterday. She said that low battery light's flashing in there. And I didn't call you fellas. I apologize that I didn't call you to change a couple of AAA batteries. But, you're right. It's sometimes the simplest of solutions. Sometimes it's much more complicated than that, though, and you have to really break it down. And is it frequently or is it often that you find yourselves having to really do some exploration in order to find something that's wrong?
Sometimes with these newer ignition systems, yeah, they do. They do trump us sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt, but we work through it and make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the interesting things to me is the different types of heat that you get. There's forced air, there's hot water. There's those things are part of the issue as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and Western PA is really kind of a boiler part of the country. A lot of the older homes grew up on baseboard and radiators, and that's kind of still a lot of what we see. With the retrofits a lot of times now with gas furnaces, that's newer construction. By newer, I kind of mean 1975 and since then. But yeah, it's a lot of boilers, and we have a really skilled crew that knows how to troubleshoot and what exactly needs to happen. So it's interesting how different parts of the country. You go down south, you see a lot of heat pumps. Here, you see a lot of boilers, and we're happy to provide our customers, new customers, old customers, with that service because there's some companies that are getting out of that. So
Yeah. Well, that's interesting you say that because, you have to have that sort of well-roundedness about you that you can work on the old stuff and keep them going. I know parts aren't always available like they used to be. You got to search them out, don't you, Adam?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple that are obsolete now that are Doug's father-in-law likes to hold on to parts. So
yeah,
we have a lot of parts.
We are really
older
lucky
stuff.
in that beautiful, pristine building as you come down Cemetery Hill in Blairsville. The white building on your right. It's pretty much, except for the apartment, it's pretty much stocked with parts from furnaces and boilers since he started. In the late 70s, early 80s with his dad. And we have a constant fight about what needs to go and what needs to stay. And it never ceases to amaze me when someone off the street comes in and he goes, upstairs on this shelf in this corner, I have this from 18 years ago. And it works and it provides a fix for them. And, you know, because a lot of times that stuff you're not finding. I mean, you can Google search if someone has one, but on the really older stuff, a really good place to start is to call us because we have some obscure things.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago at my mom's house, there was a bit of a flooding issue, some backup from a storm sewer that got into her basement and flooded over her furnace. And I called you guys. You were the nearest, number one, but you were really the only name I knew at the time. I didn't from that area anyway. I live up north in Indiana County now, and that's down in the southern end of the county. And you were right there, and got her fixed up and ready to roll. And it took a matter of only an hour or so before she was right back in business. And that's sort of a turnaround. I don't know how rare that is in your industry, but compliments to you because you guys are ready to come out right from the bat. Well,
thank you. And we employ 10 employees, give or take. There might be a couple more family members that are employees, but we're proud that once you call, if it's an emergency, we're going to get somebody there within the hour, or we've at least vocalized to you that, hey, it may be 2 hours, but we're going to have someone there to shut your water off or to get your furnace back up. And it's one of the things that my father-in-law and his dad and his mom, when they started the business, they started small. It was, Dave Joyce Sr. and his mom, and now we've grown. We offer full benefits. I mean, it's a great place to work, good health insurance. It's really kind of the pride of Marlene and Dave Joyce to take care of all the employees like their family. And I think that means a lot, and we try to take care of our customers like they're our family.
And that's the kind of spirit we're talking about with this Heat for the Holidays. So we want to refocus on that. Heat for the Holidays. For folks who don't realize what Doug just told us a couple of moments ago, this is a free gas furnace. You're going to do 2 of them with the installation and everything, courtesy of Trane and the folks at Joyce Plumbing and Heating. What do they need to know? It's the cold season now, and they know if the furnace isn't working right now.
Yeah, just put together an essay. It's kind of more geared towards if you know someone to send us an essay, that doesn't have money or down on their luck, whether it's a veteran, whether it's a grandparent, your neighbor, and just send us an email detailing why you think this person deserves this. To customer service at joyceplumbing.com. That's customer service at joyceplumbing.com. And, we'll pick 2 winners. And we have 2 furnaces to give away from Trane. But if this takes off like we think it could take off, if there's someone in need that, has a boiler, a really old boiler, I mean, we've talked internally because this was my father-in-law, mother-in-law's idea that if we need to, if there's somebody out there that's really hard up and they need a boiler put in, we can go above and beyond just what Trane's going to give us. I mean, that's great that Trane's going to give us 2 furnaces, but if there's someone out there that has a heat pump that's bad and a boiler that's bad, I mean, they're very giving, and if it goes the way I think it will, we might be putting a couple more in. So
we don't want anybody to be cold this winter, and we probably all know somebody who is at risk of being cold this winter. So, again, one more time, Doug, the address is for writing this short little essay.
Customer service at joyceplumbing.com.
It's a wonderful thing. Heat for the Holidays, gentlemen. Adam Doak, Doug McNulty, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, for having us, Todd.
Appreciate it. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.